What's up, guys? Good to see you. Welcome to day 7 of the war on sugar. It has officially been 1 week going strong without sugar, and I feel great. So if you missed yesterday's video, we found out that Paxton was missing a uvula. This is a uvula. We were kind of shocked because he's a year and a half old, and neither Carly or myself have noticed. He's been to the dentist didn't notice. He's been to like several doctor's visits. Nobody's noticed. There are a lot of complications that can come from missing your uvula. Soft cleft palate comes into the equation. It's just kind of a very scary thing, and when you start Googling it, you know, we got even more freaked out. But anyways, today we went to the specialist at Children's Hospital to see what the diagnosis was. And before I get into this, I just want to say, you know, I always try and put things into perspective. I always try and think positive when I'm in the middle of a storm. And I had a feeling that when I got to Children's Hospital, I was going to see a lot of kids that were far worse off, a lot of parents that were far worse off than me, and I knew it was a place that can really change your perspective and open up your eyes, and it did just that. I saw kids that you know, didn't even have the energy to be able to walk on their own, kids without hair because they were undergoing chemo. It was very eye-opening, and so I knew that no matter what the diagnosis was, Paxton was going to be okay. We were going to be okay. We have a lot to be thankful for, and no matter what, you just can't give up fighting. So the diagnosis was actually better than expected. He does not have a uvula, obviously, but he does not show a lot of signs of having soft cleft palate. His hearing is okay. He went to this crazy hearing test. And the only concern is going to be his speech. Obviously, he's not old enough to talk right now, so that's something we have to wait and see. He might have to go to speech therapy, things like that. It does actually give me some relief and some closure for my wife as well, because many of you have followed me a long time and you know Paxton had super colic. Colic is one of those things where they don't really give you an answer. It's just, hey, your baby's crying uncontrollably 24 hours a day for months on end, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just kind of wait it out. The specialist today said the source of all of that drama was probably the fact that his uvula wasn't there and he was having a lot of gas because of the open airway, and a lot of acid reflux. So it's good to know that, you know, that was the root of the problem. But long story short, Carly's in a much better mood. We are both extremely, like, relieved. It was just such a shock, and so many things flood through your head. And I do want to say this, you know, when you start on a journey, you set a goal and you start on a journey, you're going to come across unexpected things that happen, things that are out of your control. And it's very easy to just say, well, this happened, I didn't expect it, I'll just take a break from going towards my goal for a little while I get this figured out. I caution you against that. It's very, very, very dangerous. There's a high likelihood that you'll never return back to that goal, or you won't have the same momentum, you won't have the same enthusiasm that you did when you really first started and made your commitment. Listen, guys, things are going to happen. Stuff's going to pop up. Like I said, it's very easy for things to push you off course. You have to stay committed no matter what the circumstance is. Just kind of letting go of your goal so you can figure out this problem is actually going to make things much worse. You tell yourself, hey, it's okay, I'll just take a little break, but I promise you that's the wrong thing to do. Guys, victory, remember, belongs to those who persevere. Alright guys, so I'm sitting outside having a keto coffee. Paxton is down for a very late nap. Carly is not feeling good. I think just all the stress finally got to her, and she is trying to take a nap as well. I'm gonna get back to showing you guys everything that I eat. I'm glad this isn't the 4,000 calorie challenge where I was like obligated to show you every single thing that I ate. So you just have to trust me again today on what I'm eating. Obviously there is no sugar. I want to give a quick shout out to Headbangers Kitchen, guys. If you've never heard of Headbangers Kitchen, this dude is amazing. He puts together awesome recipes. He also does a lot of cool challenges himself. But I stole this recipe from him, and I just finished this meal and it was delicious. Very, very simple, guys. So as you know, I'm eating a lot of eggs. I hard-boiled eggs because they're super convenient, but what he does is he melts down butter in a bowl, he breaks up, he takes a hard-boiled egg and he crushes it up. I did like 3 of them, and you just mash it together. And then what you do is you take the butter, put it on top, and then microwave it for like 30 seconds to warm up the egg, so it's like warm, egg and butter, and it is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for the recipe, Headbangers Kitchen. I'm all about simple and easy recipes that get the job done. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jake. My boy Jake convinced me to buy sauerkraut at Costco. I hate pickles, so I wasn't sure about sauerkraut, but I love sauerkraut. Turns out there's a lot of healthy benefits to eating sauerkraut. So that is all I've had today, plus this keto coffee. Now I want to talk about something really quick that I feel is very important, and I'm going to try and keep it as brief as possible. When I started this diet 2.5 years ago, nobody was doing keto. You could not go on the internet and find anything about it. No, there were no keto YouTubers. I was fortunate enough to come across it in a medical setting, okay? And so I was taught the very basic principles, which is why I always preach follow the macro percentages, because in a medical community, they very much follow and rely on the percentages. For example, 70 to 80% fat, 10 to 20% protein, and 5 to 10% carbs, or always less than 50 grams total. That is what I was told by a doctor who told me about the ketogenic diet. He told me, and I already knew this, let your body take over when it comes to the calories. The grams are always going to be different too, depending on the calories, right? So that is why I'm so adamant about not counting calories, and there's a lot of different reasons why, but the percentages are the most important thing, because the percentages tell you know, the types of food you're eating. If you keep fat at 70 to 80%, you can pretty much damn well guarantee that you're keeping insulin levels under control. You're keeping protein at 10 to 20%, which also further makes sure that you are keeping the insulin under control, and obviously the carbs same way. But what I've noticed, and it was very simple when I started, like it was super easy, and I was like, I just focused on eating whole foods. Back then there was not all these like keto food companies and all this stuff, all this fake sugar, all this temptation, all this stuff. It was stick to very simple, basic whole foods, follow that percentage. As soon as you feel confident enough that you can hit that percentage every day, stop tracking, go with the flow, use the force, turn yourself into a Jedi. And that's exactly what I did. I feel bad for people now, unfortunately, that come to me, and I can just tell by the questions how lost people get over the smallest little details. And it's very easy, I imagine. Like I wouldn't want to start the ketogenic diet right now, knowing what I knew 2.5, almost 3 years ago. Like, there is so much information out there that it's absolutely crazy. It is easy to get lost. Like, you can jump down rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and it doesn't have to be that hard, guys. I noticed that a lot of people just second guess themselves because there's this small little detail that they're not really sure about, and it takes the whole house down. You guys cannot overthink things. You cannot be your own worst enemy either. For example, testing ketones. Yo, when I was first starting, the blood tests I didn't even know about, and they were outrageously expensive anyways. The breath analyzer wasn't even out yet, so all I could use was pee strips. And like, if that stick turned any color red, I was like, hell yeah, welcome to ketosis. I didn't stress out about like the shade of the stick and all that stuff, which is why I always tell you guys, if that stick turns red, you're in ketosis, you're doing everything right, trust the process, keep going. Now, we've got a whole new host of problems because everybody can affordably test their blood ketones. And this happened in my Facebook group, my private coaching Facebook group, which, shameless plug, if you guys are interested, link in the description below. It's an amazing group. But somebody posted their blood ketone reading, and it was 1.8. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I'm going to congratulate her. But her caption was like, panic. She's like, should it be higher than this? I don't know if this is good, what it should be. I read all this stuff. And it's like, yo, you're doing things great. You're missing such an opportunity to be proud of yourself because you're second guessing something that is that most people would die to have. Like, if I get a 1.8 on my blood ketone meter, I'm like, hell yeah, keto on, baby. You don't, like, it doesn't have to be, the higher the ketone number is not necessarily always the better, okay? It's everything is just within a range. That's it. That's the other thing, is I follow ranges, 70 to 80%, 10 to 20%, between 0.5 and 3.0 is a good range to be in. Too many people are like trying to find finite numbers, like exact numbers. I want to know hey Jason, man, I'm trying to lose some weight. How many calories do I need exactly? Dude, I don't know. Here's a better question. How many calories did you burn today? Tell me that. Okay, not a lot of people can. I guarantee you can't. And if you can, the thing is that number is going to change tomorrow. So you're going to have to figure out your calories on a daily basis. So, and how many grams of protein should I get? Dude, I don't know, 10 to 20%, and you're safe, because that's going to make sure the insulin levels are down. It's a hormonal thing. Okay, so stop like obsessing over like things to a point. Like, give yourself some room. Okay, you need that kind of flexibility in your mind to like say, okay, this is good. It's not perfect. It's within the acceptable range. So I just highly encourage you guys, don't overthink stuff. And I know it's easy given all the information there is about keto now, and there's hundreds of people like me that are telling you different things. It always circles back to what I keep saying is, you know, find your way, make it your own. You can try different things out, be flexible. Don't stress over the super small things, because stress is gonna do you more harm than that little small thing you're worrying about, okay? So everybody just like calm down. Keto on, calm down, enjoy the process, be patient. I just measured my ketones and I actually got a 5.5, which is pretty much, I think, the highest I've ever measured. Just to clarify for you guys, I don't like check my ketones every single day. I don't care that much. The ketones go up and down just like the pee strips, the color on the pee strips do. It's I follow a range, and even when I do test, it's anywhere between 0.5 and 3.5. I'm good. I've never really gone past 3.5, but the last two tests I've been at 4.5 and 5.5. I have a feeling that completely cutting out sugar, and especially artificial sweeteners, is why my ketones are more elevated than usual. You know, as many of you know, I'm not a fan of artificial sweeteners, but it wasn't until I started this 21-day war on sugar that I realized, damn, I might have been a hypocrite, because they're in a lot of the stuff that I was eating. Maybe even the trace amounts of sugar in the products that I was using, the accumulation of those, by completely cutting those out too. I don't want to say it's the lactose, but maybe that. But I really do think that cutting out the artificial sweeteners has really, really helped me. It has not been easy, but I feel like it's helped me. I have almost, at this point, 7 days in, I'm like losing my like sweet sensation. Like, I'm actually anxious to have something sweet for the first time, because I think it's gonna be like magnified. Speaking of artificial sweeteners, you know, many of them are like 300 times, you know, sweeter than sugar. And I'm glad that I didn't use them when I first started the ketogenic diet. When I first started the diet, fat bombs were like not even a thing. And then I discovered fat bombs through some recipe I saw on the internet, and that's the only time I used artificial sweeteners. I just kind of said, cut the carbs, cut the sugar, maybe use artificial sweeteners, and fat bombs, that's good. But unfortunately today, there's entire channels, there's entire cookbooks, there's entire Pinterest pages dedicated to basically replacing a lot of the foods you gave up with foods that are just loaded with artificial sweeteners. Like I said before, this might seem controversial, but it's like somebody's telling you, hey, you got to quit smoking cigarettes, it's bad for you. But here's an e-cigarette. You can hit that as many times as you want. It doesn't work for a lot of people in the beginning, and this diet is hard. It's hard to give up sugar, it's hard to give up carbs, you know, bread, cereal, pasta, bagels, and all that stuff. But I feel like you're going to be way more successful if you just hang in there for at least 2 or 3 weeks of just cutting it completely, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to go keto, I'm going to cut out sugar, and I'm gonna go make this, you know, this keto cookie recipe that's got tons and tons of artificial sweetener in it. It's like, I don't even have to give up my sweet tooth because so-and-so over here told me I can make this. I promise you guys, you're not gonna get off to a good start, because you're not gonna completely kick that mental, like, addiction that you have. You need to go, in my opinion, at least 2 or 3 weeks, just cold turkey, completely forget about it all. Then get yourself acclimated, get your body to understand. This is the other thing about artificial sweeteners. I feel like it sends your brain mixed messages. It's like, no, you can't have sugar, but here's something 300 times stronger than, sweeter than sugar. I just feel like, go strong, 2 or 3 weeks, get your body acclimated, get your mind adjusted to the change, and then start adding in a lot of the artificial sweetener stuff. If you want, you can use all these different recipes and stuff. But I feel like cutting out the artificial sweetener, especially if you're at a plateau, is a no-brainer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on this vlog. This is by far the strangest vlog I've ever done, but in a weird way, since it was so spontaneous and I just had to get it done, I felt like I got a lot of good things off my mind that I wanted to share with you guys. Listen here, man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I, again, tried to talk myself out of vlogging today, just given how much stuff is going on in my personal life with my son, then my wife not feeling good. It's been a brutal past 2 days, but I set out to accomplish a goal, and that was conquer sugar in 21 days and vlog, upload a video every single day. So no matter what it took, I just had to shift my strategy, right? And I just kind of adapted. Today's video was nowhere near the quality of videos I like to put together, but we still got it done. And that's the most important thing, guys, is just getting it done. It doesn't have to be perfect every day, but you must stay true to yourself. You must keep marching towards your goal, and you just got to get it done. Tomorrow is another day. It's going to be a great day. I'm so excited. And this is one more thing I want to say. I like sharing my life with you guys. I like opening myself up, opening my family up to you guys. I like sharing my highs and my lows, because I feel like a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, he's a fitness model, bodybuilding.com, EAS athlete, all this stuff, you know, and he just is immune to a lot of the problems that I face in life. I open up my life and share my struggles because I want you to know that I do struggle. This is not easy for me, all right? I have many obstacles in my path towards being successful, and it's all about just conquering them, not running from them, not hiding them. I don't want you guys to think I'm some, you know, perfect person. I do keto the right way and all this stuff, and it's just a breeze. It's a struggle, okay? Especially when like outside forces come into play. So I hope that you guys can appreciate that, like, this is just me raw, uncut. This is who I am. I'm just like you. I'm on a mission to get better every single day. Fortunately, I have found a diet that has liberated me, that I don't have to overthink, that allows me to like balance my life out. And I want that for you guys too, which is why I always preach not overthinking things, because I know how important it is to turn this into a lifestyle. So thanks for bearing with me. I think I'm gonna have to title this vlog Rant, but it felt good. We got it done. Tomorrow's gonna be an awesome day, guys. I appreciate your support and your encouragement. For all of you who are doing the 21-day war on sugar, keep going strong, keep conquering sugar. I promise you by the end of the 21 days, you'll be a different person. I know I will be. As always, guys, please keep believing in yourself, keep being patient, keep enjoying the journey, and much love.